Back to ILR Tier 5 Round 10 on Xbox around Britain. Today I am your only commentator. I do not have a co-commentator. I'm not really sure where Jack Carroll is, but I will have to bring you the commentary on my own. Looking to a brilliant race around Silverstone. They always are. Always plenty of overtakes going on around here. You know, we're looking here at the grid, and obviously, guys, just a quick heads up. You know, just because I'm commentating on my own here, I will miss things throughout the race. I'm not going to be, and I've also got a cold as well, so I'm not going to be the most energetic. So stick around. I'm sure this is going to be a brilliant race, but this may not be my best performance, but I'm going to give it my best try. So also, my internet is not doing very well today, so this is not the best conditions for streaming, but we'll get through it. So yeah, really excited for this one, especially with, and FaZe Tfue is already out of the race. I think that's because he got a qualifying ban last time out, so that's him out of qualifying. So we've only got 17 runners to go through here. We've got both McLarens here, we've got both Renaults, we've got both Alfa Romeos, even though one of them isn't here. Dark Horse is not here. We've got both Williams, we've got both Toro Rossos, even though the second Toro Rosso isn't here, Craig Connolly's teammate. We've got both Red Bulls, they're going to look to do a job. We've got both Mercedes. Don't have both Force Indias, even though we do have FaZe Tfue. We don't have only DTM, because I think he's broken his hand. So that's him not being able to race. We've got both Ferraris as well, so we're missing a... I'm not even going to bother, but we are missing two drivers here today. We've got an 18 driver race, which is good numbers, a very good turnout, and I'm sure the drivers will be happy. So looking at this, T10 Spa Shot has said in the chat his internet isn't great, so he might lag out at some point, but he probably is the favourite coming into this race due to just his pace in general, and the fact that when he has raced and been okay with internet and not crashing out, he has been the fastest on the grid by miles. AMS Joels and ILRT Jenkins also quite fast, and I think those are the three we've really got to look out for. But we've also got Dustin and JJ Rocks, and in fact the front is really coming back together now. We've got quite a few drivers who are going to be battling for the lead, I think. So unfortunately I don't have Jack with me to give me the standings, but I know that at the top is ILRT Jenkins, the man we're on board with now, with a 61 point. There goes Spa Shot lagging out with a 61 point lead over Joel's, and then the next driver down is Spa Shot. I think about 12 points behind Joel's, but Spa Shot has just left the session, and that is his internet going on an absolute madness. Oh no, hang on. In the chat, I had to leave and join in the game, please. So somebody will invite him that's in the pits as it stands, and I'm going to have to stay on board here with the title leader, ILRT Jenkins. He's not had a brilliant last few races. I think it's been 3 or 4 since he won a race. Obviously, last time out, Joel's won. The time before that, it was Spa Shot, and the time before that, it was Joel's, I think, or maybe it was Jenkins. So, not looking too brilliant for the championship leader as it stands, but it's not looking too bad either. And in fact, I am going to have to invite Spa Shot. I do apologise. I will get this done as quick as possible. This is the problem with not having a co-commentator, is that I've got to do everything myself. So, yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be the most fluid commentary I've ever done, but I guess it's definitely a test of my ability as a commentator. So, up to the line comes Jenkins. I expect him to go first, and he does with a 1:27.6. He will look to improve on that time for sure. Looking up and down the grid, who's also on a lap? Joels has come back into the pits. We've got Dun Thunder coming around the final chicane now on a set of the hard tyres, so this probably won't be a competitive lap. I expect him to go third. He does indeed go third, and Adamar puts his car into second as well in the Ferrari. So, looking up and down the grid, XR Crazed Bear coming up to the fast right-hander. I believe this is Cops, although I'm not very good with my corner names around this track. So I know this is Maggots and Beckett's. I know I'm English. I know I should know the Silverstone corner names, but I don't. So just gonna have to deal with that if I get one wrong. Dustin with a 1:36.3. I'm almost certain that was a messed up lap, and he'll look to go again. Probably is he on a lap now? In fact, I will get lap data up just to see how people are doing. At the moment, Craig Conley coming up to the line. He goes 5th with a 1:29.8. So him and Dun Thunder look like they're about the same pace with those laps on the hards. Scottish Dude is on a lap, I believe. He is indeed on a lap, or 27.7 through the first sector. It's going to be somewhat competitive, maybe. I'm not too sure, but normally Scottish Dude's probably 5 tenths to a second down on the lead, so he'll probably look to put his car into 3rd or 4th with this lap on the softs. T10 Denzel on the mediums now, coming down to right. I'm going to guess. I think this is Club and Vale, but I've probably got that completely wrong. Round the final corner, and he puts his Renault up into P3 with a lap on the mediums. So that's not a bad lap. And in fact, Adam R, his lap was on the mediums. ILRT Jenkins' lap was on the softs. So that's going to be interesting to see if ILRT Jenkins does have the pace to hold off Adam R once Adam R goes onto a softer tyre, and I'm not sure if he will have the pace. Scottish Dude now, round the final couple corners, and he could look to put his car top 5 maybe. And he does, he puts his car P4 with a 29 flat. Not a bad lap from the Williams driver there, I think he'll take that, P4. Looking down the grid, we've got Damien Squid just starting a lap now on the hard tyres, and he goes way wide at turn 1, and that could be an invalidation. He's got to watch out for the racing point on the outside as he goes through there, and I think that could be an invalidated lap. I'm not too sure, but it's good to see. Sparshot is here. That's very good to see. He's behind his teammate. He's on his out lap. And the only person right now on a competitive lap, I believe, is indeed Damien Squid, so we're going to go on board with him as he pulls the car around the left-hander. Obviously, Damien, as we know, was having a good race at Monaco until the rain hit. He got the strategy completely wrong, and then had a bit of an incident with a fellow driver and got a penalty for it because, quite frankly, it wasn't very nice driving on his behalf. But he served his penalty, and he's back and looking to be stronger than ever on these hard tyres. Probably not going to look to challenge the top 5 on them, but he could look to go to just put himself top of the hard runners, just above Dun Thunder in 6th place. AMS Joels is now on the lap, so is Dark Phoenix. So I think Scottish Dude and Matt 45 are also out on laps as well. Scottish Dude, I think, is right ahead, and into the pits comes Damien. I think this is Scottish Dude right here, is it not? No. He's coming up now. He's going into the pits. What yellow flags around? Not sure what that's for. So who's on the lap then? We've got Joels here. Joels is on a lap, and he's obviously been extremely competitive so far this season. And I think it's probably going to be him versus Sparshot, and then there's also going to be Jenkins in and around, and Adamar, and you know, all the other top runners that we usually see. Saljuk and Dustin will probably be up there as well. But I'm fully expecting Joels. You know, I'm expecting a Mercedes and a Williams on the podium. It's just I don't know which order that will be in. We're going to have to see from this qualifying session who comes out as a clear leader on pace. Obviously, and he goes up very wide there, and that's an invalidated lap, I think, right at the line, which would have been 6 tenths faster than Jenkins. And Joels has had a problem this season with invalidated laps. But we now go on board with Sparshot, who has 27.3 in the first sector. And that could be an invalidation then. Oh, and Jack's lost it. Sparshot has lost it. And he goes onto the grass in his Williams. Heartbreak there for the Williams driver. He's going to be able to get back to the pits though. That's not the end of the world. I know, well, we all know Sparshot has pace, so that's not the end of the world. He's going to be able to get another lap in at some point. It shouldn't really damage him too much. ILRT Jenkins now on a lap, I believe. He's going to look to improve on what is currently a 27.6 because he's going to be challenged probably from Adamar once Adamar goes onto the softs, and you've also got to look for Joels and Sparshot. XR Crazebear goes first with a 27.2. As it stands, ILRT Jenkins nearly 1 tenth up on his own time through sector 1. So he could possibly look to go ahead of the Racing Point. Nearly drops it coming out of the fast right-hander. And that's going to lose him a little bit of time, but he's really got to get this fast right-hander perfect. Gets quite to the inside, lets the car drift out wide a little bit, but that's perfect line there from ILRT Jenkins. He's got to get Maggots and Beckett's completely right, and that's an invalidation. You can tell from how he's slowing down. That is indeed an invalidated lap. So looking down the grid, who do we have on the lap right now? Joels comes into the pit, so Sparshot. Adamar is out on the, it says, okay, his best time's the mediums, and oh, Adamar is on the lap. Adamar is on the lap, so he's 2 tenths up on his time through sector 1. But obviously all the time that he's going to gain is going to come in sector 2 through Maggots and Beckett. So, I mean, he really could, you know, he really could go fastest here. As he flies through the fast right-hander, barely even a lift off through there. And in fact, I'm going to let you guys listen to the car through Maggots and Beckett's. It's a great line there from Adamar, and he's 8 tenths up on his time so far, so it's got to be a brilliant fun. Oh, and Dustin goes first with a 26.8. I didn't notice that. That's a great time there from the Red Bull driver. But we're going to have to watch now to see Adamar come up to the line and see if he can do anything. AJH in his McLaren goes P3, so Jenkins is slipping back now, the championship leader. Up to the line comes Adamar, and Adamar goes 2nd place. So that pushes ILRT Jenkins down into P5. Sparshot's on an outlap. But nobody's really on a lap at the moment, I don't think. Oh, we've got Boom, who's a 2nd up on his time at the moment. So that's probably only going to put him around P9. He's got to get this last section completely right. Looks like he has, through the final corner. P7 for the Renault driver to lock out what will be... well, they wouldn't lock out a row actually. P6 and P7. Be row 3 and row 4. And in fact, just for you guys, I'm getting up the corner names. Okay, so I got Cops right. And I also got Vale and Club right. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I got them right. I'm happy. Looking up and down now. Not really much going on. Sparshot's about to start his lap. So we are going to go on board with him. I expect Sparshot to be right up there in the thick of it as his lap progresses. He might only get 1 or 2 laps, Sparshot, so he's really got to go for it here. In his Williams, as he now comes through Arena. And we're going to see here, well, the thing is, we don't have a live update to the best time. So 27.3 is about what he had last time. So I reckon that's probably quite a good time, because I know his time trial time around here is quite good. And I know he's faster around this track. So he's probably going to look to put this car on provisional pole as he passes the Renault there of what I believe to be T10 Denzel, his teammate, I guess you could say. Not in the sense of the league, but in the sense of actual racing team. As he comes flying out of Maggots and Beckett's now. Let's see how he is through sector 2. It's a 103.2, so that's not as competitive maybe as he'd want it to be. As he now comes up to Stowe. And you can see the lag there from Sparshot. His internet really isn't holding out too well. JJ Rocks has retired from the session as well. I didn't actually notice that. This is the problem of not having a co-commentator, so you don't really realise things are happening. But up to the line now comes Sparshot, and he goes P2, so he's going to have to do a cool-down lap and then improve on that time. Damien Squid's on a lap, but he's out on the medium, so he's probably going to come in and go out on the softs. If we now look at the fitted tyres, Denzel... is he on a lap? I don't know if Denzel's on a lap. I don't think he is. Who is on a lap? AMS Joels still hasn't set a lap time, and this is very reminiscent of what happened at France, is that he just didn't get a lap time in the whole time because it was just invalidating all of his laps. And I think now Unity Gilbert leaves the session again. But Joel's is just not coming out the pits yet. Now, who's on a lap? So, I don't think Denzel's on a lap. Scottish Dude might be on a lap. So he comes up here. Scottish Dude is on a lap. Sector 1 yellow flags. That's for... I think maybe Dustin. I don't know. But Sparshot looks like he's coming around. He's going to have to do another lap. He's not going to have a choice. He can't come in the pits. The car's not... He's not going to be able to get in and out quick enough. That's qualifying over for Sparshot. And he's at best going to be P2. And he could get jumped by everybody else here. What a horrible qualifying session for Sparshot. Scottish Dude ahead of Crazed Bear now. Crazed Bear on his out lap. Who's on the lap? I mean, Matt 45's on the lap, but he's not going faster. Scottish Dude, I think, is the only one on the lap as he comes now down to club to finish the lap. Where can he put his car? P10. The Williams driver. AMS Joels is on an out lap. That is going to be crucial for him. Sparshot didn't get out in time. So Sparshot retires. He's going to be at best P2. Dustin is still P1, going slowly through Maggots and Beckett's. He's got a Ferrari coming up right behind him. I think that's Adamar, who's on an out lap, so he's okay. XR Crazed Bear is on a lap. He's a 10th up through Sector 1, so Crazed Bear could be a car we need to watch out for here. In the racing point, we're going to go on board with him up towards Cops. And that's probably the most crucial corner on this track. Because he's this corner you've got to get it just right, and he does, and he gets it perfect as XR Crazed Bear. Now he's got to twist it through Maggots and Beckett's. It's brilliant through there. Dustin retires. Dustin has retired, and it seems he's dropped it somewhere. I don't know where that's happened, but Dustin is out of the session. XR Crazed Bear is 2 tenths up, so he's got to get a perfect final sector through Stowe. Car a little bit wide, but he should get away with it. He's got to get this final part of the lap just right. It's very good through Vale. Now through to Club, the final turn. Where can he put his car? P1, as it stands exactly the same time as Dustin. And I always thought the same time, whoever does it first gets the place. But XR Crazed Bear goes P1. Adamar now. He was a 10th down on his time through Sector 1. He doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Damien Squid is a 10th up. Damien Squid is a 10th up. So was Crazed Bear when he did his lap. But you see here, Damien's got, what was that? He had Gilbert ahead of him, who finished his lap. And now we've got AJH ducking off into the pits. We've got a car coming up to the line. It's going to be ILRT Jenkins. It's been a horrible qualifying session from him. What can he do here? Through Club and now up to the line. He goes P6, the championship leader. P6 at best. We know we've got Joels on a lap. Joels through the final 2 corners. What can AMS Joels do for it? This is crucial for his title charge. Only P3. So now we've got Adamar. Adamar doesn't look like he's going to improve either. So all we've got is Adamar and Damien Squid to challenge the leaders. Now up to the line. Adamar through the final corner. Can he improve? P3 for Adamar. And now Damien Squid is 3 tenths up. Damien Squid could go pole position here. Through Vale. Now down to Club. Can he do it? Round the final corner. Can he go pole position? Yes, he can. By miles. By 3 tenths over XR Crazed Bear. His pole position for Damien Squid. Out of nowhere. Pulls it out the bag from P6. Out of nowhere. Jumps up to P1. What a qualifying session for the Toro Rosso driver. So, Damien Squid is pole position. Second place is XR Crazy Bear with the exact same time as Dustin, but clearly must have beat him on fractions of a second. Then it's Adamar in a Ferrari, AMS Joels, T10 Sparshot, and ILRT Jenkins, the top 3 in the championship, 5th, 6th, and 7th, with a championship leader as the last out of the 3. AJH, Map 45, Dun Thunder rounds out the top 10, looking to improve like he has done at every race this year. War Dark Phoenix, followed by T10 Denzel Williams, the Williams of Scottish Dude, Craig Conley, boom, rounds out the qualifying for Renault, who had a horrible qualifying compared to last week, and you had T-Few, JJ Rocks, and Unity Gilbert, the 3 drivers who didn't put in a lap. So as I'm the only commentator, guys, I'm going to need a glass of water, so I will be right back, but I will be here for the formation lap. Okay guys, your commentator is back for the race. So, clear skies, some clouds. Not looking like it's going to rain, but it could do. You never know. Around this track, Silverstone, and oh, what is going on here? All the cars suddenly disappeared on the line, but they're all back. Bit of a glitchy one. That might have something to do with the fact that Unity Gilbert isn't here, but we have all the cars here. And that's all that matters. Dun Thunder on the mediums, starting in P10. Yeah, anybody who's watched this knows that he's a commentator's favourite. Can he improve from P10? He has improved at every single race, I think, so far. AJH's teammate, P8, a good qualifying for him, one of his best of the season. But I wouldn't have expected this top 3 after qualifying. I'd have expected Sparshot, Joels and Jenkins, but they're 5th, 6th and 7th. And I can see some fireworks going down here as Joels and Sparshot, I know they're going to be feisty with each other down into turn 1, because both of them are in a title fight really, with the car behind them, ILRT Jenkins. So they're both going to be, I guess, fighting for you know, ground in the championship, and they might want to be getting ahead of these cars ahead, who I would think are slower than them. But if qualifying is any indicator, Joel, Sparshot and Jenkins, the 3 championship contenders really, are all a bit, you know, they're on the back foot, really. It's a bit like if Hamilton, Leclerc and Verstappen were fighting for the title and the top 3 was Bottas, Albon and Vettel. It's the same concept really, and I think Jenkins would be Hamilton in this case, because he had a strong start to the season and he's kind of dropped off. You've got Joels and Sparshot, would be Verstappen and Leclerc. I don't know, I'm just trying to put a realistic, I guess, tempo on this race. But if you're looking for realism, look look no further than this, with a Toro Rosso and a Racing Point on the front row, I guess, followed by a Red Bull, a Ferrari and a Mercedes, so there's some sort of realism here. But we're now looking to the back of the grid where AJ2 Panther is about to line up. And he has lined up, and here we go. Getting ready for the Silverstone GP in ILR Tier 5. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And the lights are out in Silverstone, and here we go. It's a brilliant start from Damien. Not a great start from XR Crazed Bear. There's already wing everywhere, and it's ILRT Jenkins involved in an incident. Crazed Bear goes flying off the track, but Sparshot suffers, so is Joel's. AJH has a brilliant start, so does Dun Thunder, but a horrible start from championship leader ILRT Jenkins. He goes flying back on the grid, but it's a great getaway from Damien Squid, who's flying away, followed by Dustin, and then Adamar, then Joel, Sparshot, AJH, Dun Thunder, Matt 45, Denzel, JJ Rocks, War Dark Phoenix, Boom, Scottish Dude, Panther, championship leader ILRT Jenkins, clearly getting some wing damage at the start. XR Crazed Bear, T-View, Craig Conley, and Unity Gilbert, Adamar and Joel are side by side. we go aboard with Jules, and there's a virtual safety car. Gives us a chance to look at the position changes. So all these people up one. Who was at the front who's gone down? Because Dustin's up one, Adamar's up one. XR Craze Bear starting up in P2. Suddenly drops all the way down. And look at Dustin, look how close he is to Damien here. I don't know if he's locked in with his Delta or not, but look how close he's getting. Oh, and we're back to racing here. And Dustin seems to maybe have got the jump on Damien. He could go for a move, he doesn't. Are we seeing any moves at all? Look at Spar Shot. Spar Shot of Joe. Spar Shot round the outside of the Mercedes. What a move from the Williams driver. Late on the brakes, comes across. And it's a great move there from Jack Spar Shot, who's going to look to push on. And maybe on... Oh, Denzel. Denzel speeds into the pit lane. But the McLarens with brilliant starts, up 2 and up 3. Dun Thunder, what did I say? He always gains places on lap 1. He's done it here. He's like the ILR Tier 5 version of Lance Stroll, who never really qualifies great, but he's always there at the start of the race. You've got Matt 45, who's lost a bit of front wing. ILRT Jenkins has lost it, so maybe ILRT Jenkins is missing his right end plate and his teammate's missing his left end plate, so quite possibly contact between the two Alfa Romeos, which would be chaos down at the Italian-based team. So, a good start. An entertaining start. And look at AJH here, he's staying with Joels, which I wouldn't have expected to see, but I guess DRS means a lot here, and he's going to try and stay close to Joels to get that DRS a little bit later on. Spar Shot getting close to Adamar here, and Spar Shot could look for a move through Maggers and Beckett's. That's not what happens. Dustin goes off. Dustin spins, and now Spar Shot looking for an overtake on Adamar. He's surely going to get him with the slipstream. Here he goes now, gonna get the telemetry up. He's in overtake ERS mode, but Adamar seems to be fighting him off very well. Spar Shot's gonna look back for an undercut. It hits the back of Adamar there. And you've got to look out for Joels as well. Joels is right there. Joels gets the braking completely right. It looks like Adamar here is kind of holding up everyone. Spar Shot's gonna look to get past Adamar as soon as possible because Damien is checking out in front. With a 2-second gap. Matt 45 dropping back, maybe into the clutches of War Dark Phoenix. And they already look at Matt 45 going a bit wide there. Dark Phoenix closing in extremely fast. Could go for a move here. He does. And oh, just makes a little bit of contact there. We're going to have to go back up to the front. But I'm loving this little battle here between the Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo. And we look back here and he has indeed got the move done. And they're still side by side. There's nothing really going on ahead. So we are going to stay on board here. And Dark Phoenix gets the move done, and oh, whoa, massive contact between the two McLarens and the Mercedes. Oh my god, what's going on? Joel clearly makes contact with the two McLarens, or that's what they look like at least, and Dun Thunder's completely lost his front wing. That's horrible news for the McLaren driver. And Matt 45 coming up to the back of him now. War Dark Phoenix, wait, he's dropped back behind Matt, so it's clearly something's happened there. Craziness here as AMS Joels and ILRT Jenkins, two championship contenders, both fall back. And we're going to have to go on board here with this massive battle that's going on. Cars everywhere. Boom and AJH are side by side. Look at War Dark Phoenix going for a move up the inside of Dun Thunder. War Dark Phoenix gets the move done. Matt 45 running outside. Here comes Scottish Dude as well. Dun Thunder ducks off into the pits understandably. XR Craze Bear and ILRT Jenkins are side by side. Up the inside goes Jenkins. Craze Bear keeps his racing point up the inside and they make contact. And now round the outside comes AJ2 Panther. And he's looking round the outside here. Round turn 1, not going to happen, mate. And he does indeed have to back out of it. But wow, what a racing from you know, that's just unfolded over the last lap there. Everything going on. And Scottish Dude somehow picks up a penalty there for cutting the corner. Not really sure where he's got that one from. But the Scottish Dude is going to be all over the back of Matt 45 here, who's got wing damage, as we've seen. Oh, I need a lot of water in this one. This is turning out to be a great race. Yellow flag, JJ Rocks retires from the session. Wish I could see what will happen to him. And oh, Map 45 goes extremely wide at Cops. Up the inside goes Scottish Dude. And I mean, AJH here could get Map 45 down the straight because, oh, hang on, there's yellow flags up ahead somewhere. Oh, here comes Spa Shot on Adamar. He's going to look to the inside here of the Ferrari, and it should be a pretty straightforward move. Unless Adamar comes back at him, which he's going to do here. Down into Vale, and he backs out of it. And, yeah, that's Spa Shot up into P2 then. Oh, and side by side, Map 45 and AJH. AJH looks around the outside of the Alfa Romeo and gets to move down. That's a brilliant overtake there. But Map 45 is going to stay with him. And he's not going to be able to get a move done back to, on the McLaren. And oh, look at this. Around the outside comes his teammate, ILRT Jenkins. And oh, ILRT Jenkins has to go off the road there. And he gets overtaken by Boom. And he goes up the inside of Boom. And ILRT Jenkins hits him. And Panther goes through. And Jenkins just put his car where there wasn't enough space. And this is great racing. And all of this means that... Oh, and Adamar's back past Spa Shot as well. But Spa Shot's going to come back at him probably. Down here into Cops. No, he's not. Great racing up and down the field. Dustin's going up the inside of Craig Conley. So as you get Dustin up the inside, gets the move done there in his Red Bull. Oh, Boom now. Boom looking at Map 45, and I'm having to keep going up and down the grid here, and this is what happens when you don't have a co-commentator. I keep stressing it, but I'm going to miss a few overtakes in this race, I think. Now we'll look at Boom. He could go for a move through Megan and Beckett's. He's probably going to hold off and wait for the straight. You know, his Map 45 has probably got wing damage. And there you go, he's going to get a much better run. And I expect him to make the move here. Moves to the left of the Alfa Romeo. This is going to be a risky one. Looking back up ahead. Praise back the inside of HH. They nearly make contact. Boom. Goes around the outside there of the Alfa Romeo. And gets the move done. ILRT Jenkins is there also with wing damage. So ILRT Jenkins and his teammate, I think, probably made contact on lap 1. Not a great look for the Alfa Romeo drivers. Now AJH closing in really quickly on Scottish Dude, and in fact he could get a move done here, or he could wait for the DRS zone, and I think, yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He is going to wait for the DRS zone. And now look at the McLaren going back for the undercut. Can he get a better run here than the Williams? And this is going to be close going down into this left-hander now. And here he goes, looks to the inside the McLaren. The Scottish Dude doesn't really put up a fight. And there goes AJH up into P5. And in fact, look at XR Crazed Bear, he's there as well. Obviously after spinning out on lap 1, he's kind of made a little bit of a comeback here. Everything kind of calming down a little bit now. We've still got Panther closing in on map 45. This is where map 45 loses a lot of time. And you can see it there, the lack of downforce. But I don't think Panther really anticipated it, or else he could have gone for a move maybe coming out of there. Scottish Dude looks like he's losing a little bit of traction coming out of Maggots and Beckett's. And here comes XR Crazed Bear around the outside. Great move there from the racing point, and he gets it done. But we've got to watch for Scottish Dude here as he comes back into the slipstream. Goes to look up the inside, decides to back out of it. And Crazed Bear moves his car up into P6 after starting P2. Spa Shot struggling to get ahead of the Ferrari here of Adamar. He did actually get ahead of him at one point, but it looks like Damien here. Damien could just be running away with this one. Panther now in the slipstream of Jenkins. He's going to look probably into turn 2 or turn 3 here. Jenkins really just doesn't have enough speed. He's obviously lost some downforce. We've got Joel's down in P16 on the hard tyres. He's not looking competitive at all here. We've got a car in the pits, that's map 45 with that damaged front wing. Now AJH looking at War Dark Phoenix maybe in a little bit. Spa Shot could get the move done on Adamar this lap if he could just beat him through Maggots and Beckett's and get a better run. There we go. Sure, this is a much better run from Spa Shot. And no, he just gets his car on the inside too early there. And if he'd have just let it flow a little bit more through Maggots and Beckett's, he'd have been right up there onto the back of Adamar. But instead, he has to stay behind him for another lap. XR Crazed Bear closing in on AJH, who's also closing in on Dark Phoenix. Crazed Bear could go for an audacious move here. He's not, but AJH looks like he might do. And AJH now goes wide, and that's going to open up an opportunity maybe for XR Crazed Bear to go for a move. And he's not able to. So, AJH is probably looking to get past Dark Phoenix soon. Could it be this lap? Quite possibly could be, as Dark Phoenix isn't really looking like he's got too much pace here. And now AJH opens up that rear wing with the DRS. He made a move here on Scottish Dude last lap, or a couple laps ago. He's going to do it again here on Dark Phoenix. Gets the move done. Oh, maybe not though, because Dark Phoenix puts his car right back up the inside, and that's a great move there to get back from the Mercedes. And now Sparshot looking a lot closer this time round, it must be said, through Cops and now through Maggots and Beckett's. Can he get a better run than Adamar? It doesn't look like he can. Oh, he's got to get a better run out of Maggots and Beckett's though. And here we go now. He's going to have the DRS. Surely he's going to be close enough, but he's not using his ERS. It looks like he just wants to sit behind him, which probably isn't working out too well for him. And there's a yellow flag, and it's XR Crazed Bear and HAH. They've clearly made contact. Severe collision with XR Crazed Bear, and HAH gets a penalty for it and pulls over to the side. So that's the second collision he's been in this race. Here comes Panther. Is he going to look for a move up the inside of the McLaren? No, he's not. Looking a bit further ahead, Jenkins gets ahead of Boom. Is Boom going to go for a move back? No, he's not. Oh, I'll tell you what, commentating with a cold is not the nicest thing ever. Yellow flag and oh! There's a car off, and it's Panther went off there. Horrible for him, but it's going to be interesting to see where Dun Thunder comes out here, because he's just cruising around on his hard tyres. Sparshot's close. Sparshot's getting very close to Adamar, but he just can't get a move done, and I think he's trying to save up his ERS, which is fair enough. But Damien Squid has 50% on his ERS, so he's fine. And I think Sparshot needs to go for. I think he's going to go for a move just around the pit stops, because Adamar, he's going to want to. He doesn't want Adamar to get the DRS back on him and them to get into a fight. So he's going to have to go for a move soon, because Damien Squid has extended his gap to 6 seconds now. And in fact, there goes Sparshot up into overtake ERS mode. But he's not close enough this time round. He's going to have to sit behind for a little bit longer. Boom goes wide. Dustin up into P7. And can he go for a move on Jenkins as well here? Looks like he's going to be way too far back on the Alfa Romeo. Jenkins kind of bringing himself back into this race, still with wing damage, which he'll want to change at the pit stop. Dustin, and Jenkins does pull off into the pits now, and it's going to be interesting to watch if he changes his front wing or not. And Sparshot gets past Adamar. Adamar goes off. Adamar makes a mistake, and Sparshot up into P2. Now he can start his chase down of the Toro Rosso of Damien Squid. Looking up and down now, we've got AJH. AJH loses it off onto the gravel, and Craig Conley is bearing down quick on the McLaren, but it doesn't look like he's going to be anywhere near close enough. So AJH makes another mistake. That's his what looks to be his third mistake in a race now, following his 2 pieces of contact earlier on. Scottish Dude is the only person really close to someone right now, apart from Joel's being close on Denzel. Denzel picks up a penalty, and now here comes Joel. Late on the brakes, there is the Mercedes, and he's probably going to look for a move down the straight now. Here he goes. Into the DRS. He's opened up his DRS. He's got overtake ERS mode. He's closing in very quickly on Denzel. Up the inside he goes. He's going to get that move done, unless Denzel holds it round the outside. And there's yellow flags. There's yellow flags, and it is 4. It's first Dustin. Dustin spins out again at the same corner as he did earlier. There goes Panther going through. And Denzel and Joel still side by side. Joel's gets the move done, but Denzel's going to come back at him at Maggots and Beckett's. It's going to be crazy to go for a move here. And he backs out of it. Denzel gets quite a good run through there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And all these cars now ducking off into the pits. Jenkins did change his front wing, which is why he's down to P14 now. He's on the medium tyres. And all of these cars now coming into the pits. We've got Sparshot and Adamar now coming out. So this is going to be a massive undercut if that's what they're looking for on Damien Squid. It should pull them in a little bit of time. It's going to be interesting to see how much time Damien Squid loses, because he's up there in the high ERS modes now. I think Sparshot and Adamar really have to go for it on this lap and turn that ERS up. Fastest lap of the race from Crazebear on the mediums, so clearly there's some pace on those mediums. Faster than Damien on the softs, so he'll probably look to get some time here. Sparshot on the leader, Damien. Denzel staying close to Joel, and Damien picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Oh no, that could be crucial at the end of the race, because Sparshot doesn't have any penalties as it stands. Obviously we hate to see races decided by penalties, and it looks like this may be one of them, as Damien comes in, changes onto the medium tyres, and that's horrible for him. A Scottish dude comes into the pits, Boom carries on the medium tyres, Craig Conley goes through as well. Getting closed in by T10 Sparshot, and Jenkins picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him. Joel's weaving on the straight, maybe to try break DRS. Around the outside goes Denzel. Joel's goes very deep there, and now Denzel's going to come right back at him in his Renault. Moves to the outside of Joel's. Joel squeezes. And Denzel gets the place. But Joel's there. That's a very dirty move there from the Mercedes. Who, well, I think Boom might have spun out or something. No, Damien's just overtaken Boom there to stay in the lead. But yeah, Joel's with some questionable defending, coming across on the Renault, and look at the Renault with Denzel here, putting his run up the inside, and he kind of spins it a little bit, and there goes ILRT Jenkins powering through as well. And now Jenkins is going to be able to get Joel's. He goes to the outside now. Joel's isn't probably going to battle it as hard, and oh, Joel's hits him. I think there's a little bit of contact made there. Joel's may look to come back at Jenkins now down the straight, but Joel's is on extremely worn out hards. He's going to be nowhere near as competitive on those tyres, and unless he can get him down maybe through Cops or somewhere like that. Oh, Sparshot moves his car past Craig Conley as well. Craig Conley obviously on 11 lap old hard tyres. He's not going to challenge that, is he? Looking back through the grid, there's not really much going on, apart from the Scottish dude getting past War Dark Phoenix there. But Dark Phoenix could look to come back at him. No, he's not going to. And the Williams moves his car up into P7. Not a bad race for Scottish dude. And in fact, he's going to gain another place when Craig Conley comes into the pits as well. So he's having a good race. Joel's as well. Joel's is staying with ILRT Jenkins, so he could possibly get a move done back on the Alfa Romeo. And in fact, yeah, look at how close he's staying with him now. And I didn't expect this to happen, but it looks like Joel's is going to be in prime position to get P9 back from the Alfa Romeo. And oh no, he was until that happened. Drops the car there on the exit, and he's going to be in nowhere near a position. You see him there weaving. He's not happy with that one. Oh, and he gets out the way of Denzel. I don't know what's going on here. He's let Denzel past. Not really too sure what the Mercedes is doing here. Watching his championship contender, I guess, watching the championship leader at ILRT Jenkins drive away from him. But yeah, 1 second gaps all up and down the grid now. And Joel's has lost something here. Joel's is really not got it anymore. And he's staying in 0 ERS mode. I'm not really too sure what's going on. And here comes XR Crazebear, moves his racing point past Joel's. Not really too sure what he's doing. Adamar is closing in on Craig Connolly. Kind of expected Craig Connolly on old hard tyres. He's probably going to be a bit defenceless here. And yeah, look how close Adamar is now. Going to probably get a better exit on those fresher tyres as well. And here he goes. DRS activated. Craig Connolly not going to stand much of a chance on those harder tyres. And Adamar moves that Ferrari up into P4, sorry. Joel's comes into the pits here, puts on medium tyres, so maybe he's going for the fastest lap or something, but his tyres must have been done for him to come in again. Here comes ILRT Jenkins on Ward Dark Phoenix, moves his car to the inside, the Alfa Romeo, gets the move done, but Dark Phoenix could look to come back here. No, he's not going to look to come back, and ILRT Jenkins moves up into P8. Not really many battles going on now though. Dark Phoenix is staying somewhat close to ILRT Jenkins, and Jenkins, great car rotation there. He's going to look now to close in to Scottish Dude and get P7. Boom dives into the pits, and now Sparshot 7.1 seconds behind the Toro Rosso of Damien. He's not looking as competitive as I thought he would, Sparshot. He's not a massive fan of this track, and I think we can tell that just from, you know, the lack of pace he's had in this race. It's unlucky because he wants to be a championship contender, but you know, he's just lacking a bit of pace right here. And also Damien looks like he's just running away with this one, and he's got crazy pace. But Denzel now is coming in to close in on XR Crazed Bear. Dun Thunder is up in P5. Now, anybody who watches this regularly knows my love for Dun Thunder, just due to his knack to gain positions, and he's doing it again here today. XR Crazed Bear still under a little bit of pressure here from T10 Denzel, despite Denzel being on the harder tyre after pitting on, I think, lap 2. He's going to look to continue to fight for positions here. Oh, do excuse me if I'm being a little bit under the weather here today, guys. As I reiterate, not feeling too great, but that doesn't stop me. And ILRT Jenkins moves his Alfa Romeo up into P6, and he'll now look to get Dun Thunder up in P5. So it's been a good recovery drive, really, from the Alfa Romeo driver, showing why he is a championship leader, truly showing off his pace with flying colours here. Boom is now on the soft tyres, and oh, Craig Connolly comes in. He's going to drop out of the top 10. He's going to drop down to P12. Actually, no, Dustin's going to get him. Maybe. It's going to be interesting. Connolly comes out the pits. He's ahead of Connolly, is Dustin. And Craig comes out in P13. Just behind the Red Bull of Dustin and ahead of the Alfa Romeo of Matt. And look at Panther here, he's right on the back of Matt now, and he could go for an overtake if he's close enough. But Matt has DRS also, and that's not going to happen this time round. AJH is staying close with T10 Denzel, going to get a better run probably on those softer tyres. And now T10 Denzel may not have much to react with. Through here, you can't go for an overtake here. Wheel banging, and he gets it done. Good move there. Denzel's going to come back at him though in his Renault, but he doesn't have DRS. Neither of them have DRS, and AJH is just going to get away with more DRS. And that was a crazy move to go for, but he got it done in the end. But now Denzel is under pressure for dropping out of the points now as his teammate comes up to the back of him. Panther still staying a little bit close to map 45, but not really much going on in the battle for 14th there. Can Boom get a better run through here? He's on much newer, softer tyres than his teammate. So you'd think he's going to get a move done here, but all of these gaps are coming down. And although Boom can see P6, and will want to go for P6, he has to negotiate through these cars ahead of him first. And Denzel, not much ERS to speak of. Boom could go for an audacious move here, and T10 Denzel just lets his teammate through, nearly collects him there as he comes back across. But out of the points goes T10 Denzel, and Boom puts his Renault up into P10. AJH is going to go for a move on Dark Phoenix at any time, any moment now. AJH now through here. This is where he got T10 Denzel on the previous lap. He's not going to be close enough to go for it on Dark Phoenix here, but he's definitely going to go for a move on the hangar straight. Maybe not, because that's a horrible run through there. And in fact, look at how close Boom is now. Boom's going to open up his DRS, and he's going to be closing in quite quickly on AJH. But not quickly enough to go for a move, I think, now. AJH goes a little bit deep, maybe expecting an overtake. And here goes Scottish dude now, getting overtaken by XR Craze Bear. And there goes XR Craze Bear. In fact, Dun Thunder's up to P4 now. But those hard tyres are about to fall off at any moment soon, and ILRC Jenkins is probably going to get the move done. We're watching Boom now on AJH though. Is he going to go for an audacious move? No, he's not, but AJH is very close to Dark Phoenix. We watch ILRT Jenkins now on the straight. He's not going to be close enough to go for a move, but I feel like one of these cars here could be, as now Dark Phoenix is going to have to look to defend from the McLaren of AJH, and here he comes closing in ever so fast, and he goes up the inside of the Mercedes. The Mercedes have to go a little bit wide, and we're going to watch from on board Boom, his perspective now, and Dark Phoenix goes really wide there, hits AJH, and Boom is going to have to come back at these two now to gain the place. AJH is going to probably go for a move into Cops here. He is up the inside. AJH. That is not good driving there from the McLaren, and in fact both Renaults go through as Denzel nearly hits AJH. Denzel though goes a little bit too much on the inside. AJH with a good run out of Maggots and Beckett's. He's going to look to get a move done on the Renault. He's not going to be able to, but that was that driving from AJH. He just went straight over the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was very clean driving. And Adamar off into the gravel. It's not going to make a difference. Dun Thunder's way too far back to go for a move, but Adamar makes another mistake down there at turn 1, where he's made a couple of mistakes. Dark Phoenix gets ahead of AJH. I imagine that's probably AJH pulling over and letting him through after what he did. And luckily, I don't think Dark Phoenix has winged that. Yes, he does, but on the left, which he didn't get hit on that side. So I think that's from something else. But horrible to see that happen. Dun Thunder now having to defend from championship leader ILRT Jenkins. He's doing it brilliantly. And it doesn't look like Jenkins is really going to find a way past. Maybe down here though, he could look to go for a move down into Cops. Dun Thunder's used up all of his ERS, and it's maybe just a matter of time now before the McLaren driver loses a spot, and he's not going to want to slip down the order. Here comes Jenkins. Look at Denzel. Denzel's close to his teammate. Dark Phoenix quite slow through there. AJH nearly drops it. That was quite good. That was quite a good save there. And now Boom's tyres maybe starting to degrade a little bit. Denzel's probably are as well though. Jenkins gets the move done around the outside of Dun Thunder. Dun Thunder though, he's staying with him. And he's not able to hold on to the place, but that's a good battle there as the McLaren eventually has to give up to the championship leader. No shame in that. And Denzel quite late on the brakes there into Vale. And now coming out of club, is he going to be able to do anything down the front straight? Boom goes quite wide there. And in fact, Denzel could go for a move down into turn 2 or turn 3. Now Boom right on the back of his teammate is T10 Denzel. And he's not going to go for a move, but he's going to be right there down the straight. And he could get this one done. He's going to take a wide line and then cut back on his teammate. No, he just loses traction there. and he's probably not going to be able to get it done this lap. Boom pulls over to the inside and lets his teammate through. I'm not quite sure why he's done that. I mean, Denzel looks like he has pace, but Boom is on the faster tyre. Dark Phoenix and Dustin are side by side. Dustin hangs it around the outside. Oh, he's hit by Dark Phoenix, and again. And he gets ahead of him, does the Red Bull. Not really much going on now. Boom is staying a little bit close. He gets a 3-second time penalty. But really not much going on now. And the cold is really starting to set in here, boys. Not a good time to be alive, must be said. Although I must say, I'm not as tired at this point in the race as I have been recently. So maybe there's some secret energy that you get when you've got a cold. I don't know, maybe the antibodies do a madness. But either way, the Renaults have kept me, I guess rejuvenated is the word, throughout this race. Now let's look at the position changes actually. We've got Damien Squid, who's retained his lead and is going to go on to win this race unless there's a problem, and there's a yellow flag in sector 1. And it's AJH who's gone off somewhere, and he's not having a brilliant race. Is he the McLaren driver? He had a great start, he's now down 5. But yeah, Damien Squid retains the lead. Sparse Shot in second up 4, Adamar up 1, Jenkins up 3, Dun Thunder up 5. As we said, he's a bit like a Lance Stroll, never qualifies great, but he's got brilliant race pace. And that's shown here today. Praise Bear down 4, Scottish Dude up 6, Denzel up 4, Boom up 6, Dustin down 7, Craig up 3, Dark Phoenix down 1, AJH down 5, Matt down 5, Hanford up 4, and actually here comes XR Crazebear, who just picked up a penalty, so he needs to build a gap to Dark Phoenix, not Dark Phoenix, Dun Thunder here, if he wants to retain that P5. Dun Thunder coming from quite far back, and he's hit Crazebear, and he actually backs out of it afterwards, just to, I guess, let Crazebear go, because he knew that wasn't a good move. Joel's is down 11, and here comes Dun Thunder. He's going to look to the inside. No, he's not. He's going to back out of that one. Fair enough from the McLaren driver. I wouldn't put my car up the inside there either. Damien's just really destroyed this race. Like I mean, the top 3 are just so far ahead of everyone else. Like Jenkins now, just coming into sector 2. Damien's just coming out of Maggotts and Beckett's. That's how far ahead first is ahead of 4th. This Damien performance reminds me of Spa-Shot at France, you know, just getting away from everyone and not really receiving a challenge. But we watch Dustin now and Boom round the outside. It's going to be a brilliant overtake if he can get it done. Boom's going to squeeze him, but Dustin's probably going to get the move done here. And he does indeed get the move done, but here comes Boom, and he could actually go back for it at Cops. Probably not though, because that's not an overtaking opportunity as shown earlier on in the race by AJH. So, at a point in the race where I am starting to tire out, it's good that there's only really one battle going on. Craig Conley picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's running P11. He's probably going to stay there. So unless Damien picks up another penalty now, and in fact I am going to have a quick check at the penalties. So Damien has only a 5-second time penalty and no warnings. Sparshot has 2 warnings. Adamar has 2 warnings. Oh. Boom went a little bit wide there. And in fact, let's go on board now with Dustin as he looks to, you know, looks really to damage limitation now on Denzel for P8. And in fact, he's on much fresher tyres than the Renault driver, and he could look to make a move here down the straight. Well, he's probably not going to be close enough looking at it. He's going to be close by the end of the straight though. Here we go. ERS mode up. He is going to be very close by the end of the straight. I'd go for a move if I was him. There he goes up the inside. Denzel stays there. Denzel's going to carry on fighting. No, he's not. He's just going to back out of that one and allow the Red Bull through. So there goes Dustin. So yes, let's go back to checking the penalties. So Jenkins has a penalty. Crazed Bear has 2 penalties. Dun Thunder hasn't even got a warning. That's my Dun Thunder right there. Another penalty for Denzel. If Dun Thunder can somehow finish within 3 seconds of Jenkins, he will finish P4, which would be brilliant for the McLaren driver. I think he'd be really happy with that result, considering the race he's had. So what does this do for the championship? So we're going to see Jenkins actually extend his lead, although he's behind Sparshot, who's in 3rd. Sparshot's not going to gain enough to get ahead of, well, actually close in on Jenkins. He's going to close in on Jenkins, but the overall lead is going to go up probably to about 75 points, 75 points. So with 11 rounds remaining, we're probably not going to see much of a challenge from anybody else. And it looks like Jenkins, just due to that early season form, may just run away with this one. And I guess the pace really in this race has been brilliant from the Alfa Romeo driver. He's really showed why he's the championship leader. He dropped to the back with wing damage, and then he's really come through, and to finish 4th, I'm sure he'll be happy with that result. Craig now is closing in on Boom for the last podium point spot, and quite honestly, I just want this race to be over really, because I'm very tired, and it's been a good race to be fair. It's been a joy to commentate over, but I'm now getting quite tired. So I'd like for the Red Bull of Sergio Dustin here to make a move, because I know how much he has had bad results recently, apart from last week out. And up the inside comes Dustin, and he's there, and oh, he hits the Williams of Scottish dude. And in fact, he's going to have to go for a move now. Is he going to go for a move now? He's got the ERS turned up. He's going to be right there at the end of the straight. Oh, and he chucks it up the inside, and he gets it done. The Scottish dude's going to come right back at him. He's not going to give the place up. And this is brilliant driving, and if I don't think just across this race in general, oh, a bit of a touch there, but I guess across this race in general, we've seen some very good driving. It's been brilliant from all the races. And there's a hit there, and Denzel's just coming up the inside out of nowhere. And he gets that move done. And look at Craig Conley. Craig Conley's now very close to Boom, so that could be a good one. Sparshot the fastest lap of the race. He'll be happy with that, but I mean, it's not really going to. He's going to get him the fastest lap. It's going to get him the fastest lap point. That's about it. Look at Scottish dude now on T10 Denzel. He's closing in. He's not going to be able to make a move. Craig Conley now to the outside of Boom. Last lap heroics. Well, not last lap just yet, but round the outside. What a move from the Toro Rosso. Great move there. Boom's going to come back maybe round the outside. No. What a move from the Toro Rosso. Great move. And in fact, XR Crazed Bear has closed in a hell of a lot to Jenkins. Dun Thunder is going to finish P5 here after penalties, which I'm happy about. Dun Thunder picking up another good result, starting quite far back. And actually, I'm going to have to tell normal co-commentator Jack Carroll that Dun Thunder has picked up a good result. But so let's go to the leader, Damien Squid, because he's dominated this race. From start to finish, he hasn't dropped out of first, I think, at any point in the race. So he's just been brilliant, really. And across the line to finish P1. Great result from the Toro Rosso driver. Sparshot second. Didn't have the qualifying year he wanted, and he pulled it back in the race. P2, probably about the best he could have done today. Spent too long getting past Adamar, and he'll take P2. Closes in after that 5-second penalty, but not enough. Adamar is going to cross the line in P3 for his second podium in a row. And he does enjoy this track, so We'll have to ask him about that in the interview. He's going to cross the line P3. Is Jenkins going to be close enough? Well, I'm not too sure about penalties. I don't think Adamar had any. He had one. Craze Bear, P5, crossed the line. Dun Thunder takes P5. Good result there for the McLaren driver. Oh, nearly losing it there. Dustin crosses the line P7. He pulled out quite a bit over Denzel at the end there. Denzel plus 17. Oh, Denzel had a lot of penalties. Denzel slipping down massively here. Down to P11. He drops down at the points. Craig Conley, P8, out of nowhere. Overtakes a couple of cars on penalties. And now cars coming across the line to finish the race. Where's Joel's going to be after penalties? P14. P13, P14, not a good result for the McLaren. And in fact, I'm going to get the leaders into the party now. For the post-race interview, so this is going to be an interesting one because none of them really had scintillating races, so it's, you know, I'm not really sure what to ask them, if I'm honest. So I will start to get them in now. Race director, so Damien Squid, invite to party. T10 Spar Shot, invite to party. Adamar, invite to party. Adamar, hello.
Hello.
And Sparshot is also here. If you could make sure you're... Ah, yes, we've got the whole top three. Brilliant. I was hoping one of you guys would just not turn up to this because...
That was some shit race.
I'm very tired. And so, let's just get this over and done with, boys. Damien, can you just make sure you got your audio included, please, mate?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Damien, mate, great race. P1 from start to finish. Was never really in doubt. You were pulling away the whole race. You had great pace. So just walk me through how you felt, you know, after qualifying P1 by 3/10, and then just being able and seeing that gap kind of extend every lap throughout the race.
Yeah, I was really close to not going to P1 because I was that close to staying on the mediums, but thank God I didn't. So I just banged a lap in for a 1:26.5, I'm pretty sure.
It was like indeed, 5:37.
Yeah, it was one of the best laps I've done in my whole career. And then throughout the race, my target was just to control the fields, and that's what I did. So, and then I got the 5-second stop go penalty. It's really hard to get right, the pit limiter, but so I knew after that pit stop I had to pull away from a spar shot, and that's what I did. And I tried to not make any mistakes, but I only made one. But I'm happy with a P1 from a race ban after France. So I'm really happy to get a win, and I really needed it.
Yeah, it was great pace, mate. So remind me, are you a reserve driver?
No, I've turned into the Toro Rosso team now.
Okay, cool. Well, that's brilliant for Toro Rosso because Craig got P8 as well from, I think, P10, and then after penalties got P8. So that's a great points haul for Toro Rosso. Probably not going to do much in the Constructors' Championship because Alfa Romeo are just that far ahead now. But a great result for you, mate. Spar Shot.
Yeah, mate.
P2, qualified, mate. What happened? I was on board with you when you cocked it at Maggots and Beckett's. What happened?
I was 7 temps up in pole, and I got notification on Twitter, so I looked at my phone and I go flying. And in the second lap, I just literally, there was no way I was starting mid-pack, so I literally just, I pushed, obviously, you're not going to push, but it wasn't to my best ability. And then, yeah, qualifying was a bit shit, but my own fault, I looked at my phone.
Yeah, mate, it took you quite a while to get past Adam. Was that because you were struggling for pace, or was that a tactical decision that in the end didn't really turn out?
It was tactical because of another lead, Key Royale, because there was no way I was being about DRS and selection the whole race. Just gone none.
I did actually say that. I did actually say that. Yeah.
There's so many times I could have overtaking, but it was just better for mine than Adam's race. So I just stayed behind him and never went. The only time I ever went for the overtake was by accident and when he spun. So.
Yeah, we did spin out a couple times, but Adam, on to you, mate. Spun out a couple times, still finished P3, so I guess you can't really consider that a bad race, can you?
I mean, I'm not too sure what to think of it. I mean, if I didn't bottle it, maybe I could have finished P2, but my pace in the second stint was just dead.
So your whole race, your first and second stint, was dead.
Yeah.
But P3 though, but P3 is a good result though. This is the thing, and you finished like a fair amount ahead of championship leader Jenkins as well.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the start was crazy. I mean, I saw Joel's went off, and then Jenkins went off, and I was like, wow. Or you know, championship fight, Spar Shot's going to gain a lot here, but in the end, Jenkins made a great recovery to P4. So I'm actually going to go back to you, Spar Shot. Championship fight. Let's say your internet stops being a mong. Do you reckon you can mount the title? I feel like I'm asking this every week, and you're closing in every week. Do you feel like you can mount a title charge?
I should do. Like, I mean, this race, Britain's probably one of my worst tracks, and after I was never going to go. Like, obviously you always want to win, but I mean, P2's not the worst. It's probably the worst track. I got fastest lap and phenomenal lap, which was I literally went lean and none for 3 laps just to get ERS and all that. Just go for it. But
you were on 100% for the first stint on ERS.
Yeah, I was.
You just weren't using it.
After I came out the second stint, I was like 6 seconds behind, and I just thought I'd just take it easy because Squid was quick. But the title fight, I mean, I don't know what the gap is now. Probably like 65. It's not
quite big.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
You're ahead of Joel though.
Yeah, I think I am probably outright one of the quickest in the tiers. So that's it. So maybe, you never know. Jenkins
we'll see.
Like races.
Yeah, well, we'll see you next time out in Germany. So, thank you everybody for watching. ILR Tier 5. Round 10 around Britain. Wasn't the best commentary, you know, missing my co-commentator, but he'll be back next week and I'll probably be a lot healthier next week as well. So, you know, we're not going to have the same problem. Anyway, thank you all for watching.